It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Onalaska Luther Knights and the West Salem Panthers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. Lewiston Monument in Lewiston, Minnesota. And Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Now let's go courtside with KQEG's Art Fay and Terry Erickson.
Welcome everyone to West Salem High School. This is Art Fay along with Terry Erickson, and we've got a game coming to you tonight from the Cooley Conference. The West Salem Panthers are hosting the Onalaska Luther Knights tonight in a game in the Cooley. It's number 3 for both these ball clubs in the conference. Luther coming in with a record of 3-1. They're 1-1 in the MVC. West Salem is 3-3 and 2-0 in the MVC. And Terry, looking at these two clubs tonight, I guess we'll take a look first at Onalaska Luther. And you can't look past the big guys for Onalaska Luther because that's where their success has been.
Well, when we break down keys to the game, we're going to talk about the Lersch brothers, who are formidable people in the paint, no question about it. I saw Luther play. I worked their opening game when they beat Toma 53-50. Didn't play very well, kind of showed their fact that they weren't really ready to go because football season had just ended. And then they beat Cochran Fountain City and scored their 81 points, which really is what they're known for, their fast-paced tempo game, and coming off a loss to Gaelic Trempealeau. And really, the Redmen just shut them down, 62-38. But you're going to see a team that wants to fast-pace, wants to run the ball, wants to play up-tempo, wants to steal, wants to gamble, and that's really their identity.
And you take a look at West Salem. They're coming in here. They got a pretty balanced scoring attack here. They're going to be facing, obviously, a much taller team, and that balanced attack might be their key to their success tonight.
I think so. One of the key things, too, is Josh Hauser's a game-time decision, averaging 11 points a game. Josh Hauser, the junior, really is one of the key factors. You mentioned multiple people in double figures. You're right. Athnos, along with Hauser, and Trent Foreman had 30 points not too long ago, averaging 12 a game and 10 rebounds. When I come here, I always go back and think about all the days when I was refereeing in the old West Salem gym. Bill Ribrick, you probably don't even remember that name.
Oh, yeah, I do. I absolutely do.
But our viewers would too. And Chuck Ely was the coach for a while, Scott Kepnick, and now Steve Cashton-Smith in his second year, 5 years as an assistant coach. And, of course, when you think about the style of play here in West Salem, it's always been methodical, well orchestrated, kind of take your time and run the offense. And that's what Kepnick did as the head coach. But Steve Cashton-Smith in his second year, 5 years as JV coach, got a veteran assistant in Bill Jensen, who's been around here for years and years and years. We talk about the fact that they're a slow-paced team, but they did score 86 points last week against Neilsville. So when I saw that, it kind of caught my eye because that's not really the identity of the West Salem Panthers.
No, and looking for the Panthers to get the leading scorer activity out of him is Malachi Athnos. He's been leading the way with 15 points a game, and he's got some great moves. And I was watching him out there, Terry, when he was warming up. He shoots both left and right-handed. He's pretty comfortable.
I was reading an article in With Sports talking about guards to watch. Guards to watch in the 2018-19 season. And Malachi Athnos was mentioned in that article. 45% in threes, 83% free throws, handles the ball well. So when you get mentioned in With Sports, that's quite an accomplishment.
It is. We're getting close to opening tip-off tonight, so we're going to take a timeout and be right back after this. Onalaska Luther taking on the West Salem Panthers tonight on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where
you don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Ho, ho, ho. A little early for Christmas? Not if you're planning a holiday party. Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. We can cater any size event you may be planning, from just a few friends to 300 or more. Big Boar was voted 4 times the best caterer in La Crosse County because of our delicious food and outstanding service. Call us today and let us help you make your event something you'll never forget. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that boy.
Welcome back to West Salem High School and the starting lineups tonight for the Onalaska Luther Knights. Starting out with the guard position will be Emery Bias. He wears number 1, a 6'2 senior. Number 2, Joey McNamara, a 6'5 junior. Brandon Statler, number 4, a 6'1 junior. Number 35, Isaiah Lersch. And number 43, Bennett Lersch, 6'7 and 6'10, a sophomore and a senior brother.
Yeah, exactly. Bennett averaging 20 points a game and 10 rebounds and on to play college ball somewhere, I really believe. We'll also see Ben Riley, Lyndon Bias, and James Biedenbender, along with Matt Kilmer, too, for the Knights.
For the West Salem Panthers, Malachi Athnos, the leading scorer, averaging 15 points a game, wearing number 3. Number 5 is Mitchell Dunham. He's also a senior. Number 15, Austin Severe, a junior. Number 20 is Tyler Marcoux, a senior. And the final starter, number 22, Trenton Foreman, a senior. We've seen him on the football field. And quite an athlete for Steve Kassenschmidt and his Panthers.
Exactly, and kind of what we predicted, Josh Hauser, a game-time decision whether he'd start, and he's not starting, was injured in the game against Onalaska in a game that the Panthers were defeated just on Tuesday, 68-56.
Panthers had that set up for a defensive tip, and they got it out of there. So here come the Panthers in their white with the orange numbers tonight.
Good spacing, 3 out, 2 two in the paint on the block, trying to work themselves open in this read and react motion offense against the Luther man-to-man defense. They'll mix it up a lot too, Art. The Knights play some zone, some man-to-man.
Brandon Statler, a job with keeping with Malachi Athnos. Shot goes over the top, and I think Athnos going to have a foul underneath. Is that right? No, going to go against Luther.
Boy. God, he was inside. That's kind of a strange call, but nevertheless, first foul on the Knights.
And that goes against Isaiah Lersch. Here's Athnos from the baseline. It's the bounce and in.
Whoa, that's an interesting bounce. You hit the front of the rim and the spin takes it into the basket. You don't see that very often.
Not from the corner, and that's a three-pointer. Driving down the lane, and we got a reaching foul. Might be shooting free throws.
I think so. Yeah. Oh,
he's saying on the ground. Not a shot.
Whoa. Wow. It looked like a shot, didn't it?
Yeah, to me it did.
When you gather and it's an imminent shot, we talk about the NC2A level, and your sister knows this, of course, being the head coach at Illinois. Gather, imminent shot, it's a two-shot foul.
Here's Bennett Larsh, and he's going in.
Well, Bennett Larsh, I just like him as a player, too. That's 6'10", averaging 20 points a game, 10 rebounds, and I know a lot of small colleges are looking at him.
Oh, I would think so.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah.
Excellent move by Dunham. Didn't go, though. Dunham.
Baseline shot, not going to go. And the Panthers come back out and push it down court. As you said, they like that up-tempo game.
They do. And that's really been their identity. And as a result, they have a lot of turnovers. But they accept those.
Mitchell Dunham.
Dunham averaging 6 points a game. The senior. Not contested at all, felt good in rhythm, and he hits an easy three.
6-2 Panthers. And Bennett Larsh goes in and can't finish it.
Bothered a little bit, but should have finished on that one.
Athnos just off the front of the rim.
My coach would always say, get the ball high on the backboard. That's why that square is there. You remember those days, don't you?
Yeah. Hit the square, it'll go in. Shot from the far side. That one's going to go off.
They don't take. There's no shot clock with the Luther offense, so is there?
No.
I mean, they just come down and they just fire it. Whoever's open just fires it up and expect the Lerches to rebound. Oh, nice
move inside.
Wow, was that ever a great look by Mitchell Dunham inside? Basket by Foreman. We saw him in football, averaging 12 points a game. Him and Sevier had great football seasons. You and I worked a couple of those games.
Absolutely. There's Athnos behind the back dribble, looking for an opening.
Statler
now
they're in a little bit of a zone.
Statler's got the duty of guarding Athnos.
Keys to this game, I think, too. You talked about a little bit rebounding. When you have Bennett and Isaiah Lersch at 6'7" and 6'10", you got to protect the paint. I think valuing each possession is what the Panthers need to do, because if they turn the ball over, the Knights will run. I think those are two big keys to the game. Taking care of the ball, valuing each time you have the ball in your front court.
Squared up a nice three-pointer. Tyler Marcoux,
and boy, not very good defense by the Knights, and that time Bennett Lersch just came late and a three-point shot, and right away the Knights say, we got to get a hold of this game.
Absolutely. 11-2 run here now for the West Salem Panthers. So we're going to take a timeout as they did. Right after this, we'll be right back.
I think 3 threes and a 2, right?
Yes.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street and downtown.
Knights down 11-2 with the basketball in the dark uniforms. Shot from the free throw line, off the back bracket, not there to whistle underneath.
Oh, look. Bias averaging 12 points a game. Emery Bias, he was on Seven Rivers Sports recently, and what a great young man he is. Lyndon Bias, the sophomore, comes in. Bias has been injured. Bennett Larish has been injured, Art. They're not really at their.
Oh.
No, he didn't even leave his feet.
He didn't.
His dad, Mark Larish, is one of the assistant coaches, too.
Drive in there, won't go.
A little bit off balance, though, too. That was Joey McNamara.
Athnos kicks it back out. Foreman. And the reset. And a shot from the right side. Not going to go for Dunham. And here come the Knights across the time stripe. Trying to push it. Going down the lane. Off the glass. Not there. Panther rebound.
Lyndon, see, they don't take much time. Lyndon Bias following his brother, Emery, and just taking the ball to the basket.
Out of bounds. It'll be Luther ball. So 13:51 left in this first period. First half.
Ben Riley reports in, had a great football season. Number 3, the senior. Had him on Seven Rivers Sports. A quality young man, too, for the Knights.
Baseline shot by Isaiah Lersch.
Isaiah's just got all kinds of ability, too. Maybe even runs the floor a little better than his older brother. Just good effort there. Lack of blocking out.
Foreman, not going to go.
2 offensive rebounds in a row for the Knights. And oh, my goodness. What an incredible pass. I really like the way he sees the court, Mitchell Dunham.
And a travel call. And another timeout on the floor, 13-4. Brad Schopper wants to talk to his kids.
Now wants a full timeout. I think so. Get them organized.
Absolutely. Hit the bench, and they're going to see what they can do here. Down by 9. One of our sponsors tonight is Schumacher Kish Funeral Homes. They've been serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. They have traditional service or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. Schumacher Kish with locations in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska.
You remember the last few years working Luther games and the 3 Kish girls, outstanding student athletes, and last year Alex Kish, who just graduated and at some point probably joined the family firm. And Schumacher Kish is with us every single year. We just really appreciate that loyalty.
Full timeout for the Luther Knights, and they're working this over.
Former Commissioner Bruce Kaiser and 2 unknown faces working this game.
You know, I wonder if Coach Schopper is telling his kids, you know, with Bennett Lersch, you know, Bennett came out that last time and it opened up the lane, and in West Salem, great passing, got in there. You know, just wondering if they're telling Bennett, stay put.
Yeah, well, they're extend the defense a little bit too, I'm sure. Get a little bit more tenacious and aggressive in your defensive approach. Oh, geez. An easy drive that time to the basket. Virtually no defense. Malachi Athnos had his way, didn't he?
He did, and that reverse layup protected the basketball. Left-handed shot.
Nice move. Just a little spin to the inside. Actually into traffic, too. And he scores. You remember that little baby hook?
Yeah, he
that
did.
we saw in the NBA back in the 60s and 70s?
There's a baseline, too. That one's going to come off. Long rebound. And Isaiah Lersch comes up with it.
Oh, nice entry pass. Go up with it.
Back out.
Kicks it out.
That's a 2. And, whoa, a lot of English on it.
A little too much English, actually, but fortunately went in. You can see, Art, that Bennett Lersch is not at his best, though. He's had some injuries. We talked about that. Bias has some injuries from football.
Athnos off the bracket, not going to go.
He kind of rushed that shot, didn't he?
A little bit.
It seemed like he was at mild pressure by Emery Bias, but I just really think players sometimes just have to be more comfortable in knowing what their shot selection is. That's just such a valuable part of the game nowadays, just knowing when to shoot the ball.
Knights on the offense. We saw the girls play on Tuesday night, and they won their first game of the year. And Caitlin Kennedy had a nice game that night, complete game.
She's
a good ball player.
Quality young lady, isn't she? She was mentioned in With Sports too, and one of the key players in the Cooley region, and she's going to be a guest on our show sometime in January. The last of the Kennedy kids.
Yeah,
the other 3 boys made their mark here at Luther, and now it's her turn to shine.
He certainly did the other night. She had 15 points. We got a travel call, a little extra step.
Of course, longtime head coach Joe Babinek retired from coaching, and now just the AD. So they're starting.
We talked
with
to him a little bit.
Coach, did you? I always enjoy going to that gymnasium. Our viewers may be sick of me saying it, but the culture there is always really inviting to me. Of course, all the new improvements at Luther. I don't know if you had a chance to walk through the campus, but oh my goodness.
Well, the most stunning part of it, after a shot missed there by the Knights, was the entryway.
Oh, isn't it?
It's just, if you haven't had an opportunity, just take a look at it. Just drive by it. You'll see it.
Oh, nice. Foreman showed he had 30 recently, but 12 points a game, and showed his ability to leap, huh?
Boy, he got up there and slammed it down.
Oh, look at the football season he had. He was just a tremendous player. Isn't it funny how that kind of a dunk just ignites a crowd?
Yeah. Well, both Bennett and Isaiah Lersch are on the bench right now. So this is a different team that kind of out there now for Luther Knights.
Yeah, different composition. Not to see if they stay on the outside here with not having a true post player. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And that is number 2, Joey McNamara, who's a junior. He's 6'5", Art, but he plays a guard position.
Yeah, he had a nice move inside there. Just had a good soft touch. Oh, what a pass over there by Athnos.
You know what, Art? Nice, unselfish pass. Good players make other players better. I'm not sure that his teammate was ready for that.
McNamara couldn't catch that one, and we got a whistle underneath.
I don't know. What do we got here?
I think it's going to go against the Panthers.
I think he's calling on 22.
Yeah, I think it's on Foreman, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You hear fans say all the time, over the back. But did you know that there is no such thing as over the back? On the back, but not over the back. Because you can go over the back and rebound, and if you don't displace somebody, there's nothing wrong with it. So the phrase over the back does not exist in basketball terms. Do you know that?
I did not know that. I did not.
For referees, it does not exist. On the back is a foul, not over the back.
Athnos just put on the Jets, went down the lane, and he got fouled as he dished it off.
He does have the Jets, doesn't he? He's just quick, and he could perhaps play at the next level.
I think so. He's a junior. He's looking good. Foul against Stadler. That's his first.
Takes care of the ball well. Has great vision. Saw a UWL women's game the other day. Danny Craig has the best vision I've seen for a Division III college player ever in this area. As a junior for Karen Middleton's 9-0 Eagles. Did you know that?
I knew they were 9-0. In fact, I sent Karen an email congratulating her on that because she's having quite a exhibition or preseason run right now.
Yeah, in fact, preseason is right, or a non-conference. And, of course, on Saturday, Arizona State is coming to play Kansas at Mitchell Hall.
Yeah, we're going to go up and watch that. We're looking forward to that.
Of course, you know what D1 basketball is all about because your sister teaches you a little bit about it.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because I had to do a little digging. I was watching this game here, but Luther Knights coming up on offense. But I had to do a little digging to kind of figure out how that all happened at UWL. And one is, there's a foul, but there was a
illegal screen, Art. You finished the story, but an illegal screen on Ben Riley is what the call is.
They've got, from what I understand, 5 different players from Minnesota and Wisconsin, fairly in the area, that are on the two teams. And then one of the assistant coaches, I think for Arizona State, is a UWL grad. And then, of course, Middleton's connections.
Exactly.
Athnos.
And by the way, as you finish that, a failure by Bennett Lairs to block out. Athnos follows the shot. Nobody puts a body into him. I don't know if that's because Bennett is just not as 100%, but there's no reason to give a guy a second shot.
Put back by Isaiah.
Nice effort by Isaiah. He's saying to his brother, I got your back. You miss a shot, I'll rebound it.
So we got a 19-12 score here. 8:25 left in the half.
Luther kind of trying to crawl back in this.
Yeah, they got down a little bit, but slowly cutting into that lead. There's Foreman again.
Oh, pretty easy.
Yeah, it was partially blocked by Bennett.
Yeah, it was a good block. And, you know, Steve Cashman wanted a goaltending, but it was not a goaltending. It was on the way up. We got a hand check.
Emery Bias with the last shot that he put in, then he steals it.
Yeah, I just like him as a player. He had a great football season, 6'2" senior. He's just a quality young man. That's the neat thing about being the host of a show like Seven River Sports. You get to meet all these kids. That's really
special.
Oh, that is special. Anyway,
timeout on the floor. It's a 5-point game. West Salem leading Onalaska Luther 19-14. We'll take a break after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Ho, ho, ho. A little early for Christmas? Not if you're planning a holiday party. Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. We can cater any size event you may be planning, from just a few friends to 300 or more. Big Boar was voted 4 times the best caterer in La Crosse County because of our delicious food and outstanding service. Call us today and let us help you make your event something you'll never forget. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
Welcome back to West Salem High School. Onalaska Luther down by 5 and with the basketball. 19-14 inside to Bennett Lersch. And we got a push from inside. That's going to be against Foreman.
Yeah, that's 2 fouls in the last couple minutes on Foreman. He's aggressive. He's a quality player, no question about it. But when you get behind a player like that, you got to give him a little space.
All right, inbound.
You got to shade him, too. You can't play directly behind him.
McNamara again, stolen away underneath. And we got a whistle. We're going to have a foul, and it'll be Luther ball.
Boy, calling the game a lot closer than you usually see. A lot of fouls early on in this game. Steve Cashman saying, like, come on, when you got the ball, let's go. Let them play a little bit.
So at the free throw line and making the first one, that's Ben Riley, his first points of the night. And it all of a sudden becomes a 3-point game, 19-16.
Good backspin, good follow through, did his job. You come in the game, you got a job to do. You make your free throws, get a foul, make something happen. He did his job. Oh, wow. We're going to have a long game if this continues.
Yeah.
I'm not really used to this because working college basketball, working in the ABA, the semi-pro, you kind of let some of that go, you know?
Yep.
Or else you'd get yourself in deep trouble.
Emery Bias with a foul. That's his first. It is the 4th team foul on the Knights.
Don't stop in the corner.
Athnos partially blocked. Nice getting underneath to Bennett. Lersch can't put it down. And a big fight underneath there. West Salem basketball.
I think they're going to call a foul on him, too. I like the aggressiveness.
He's very aggressive.
Yeah. I like the aggressiveness. I'm not sure it was a foul, but...
Well, that's a second one on Isaiah Lersch.
Yeah, you got to be careful now. It's 7:21 to go.
Yeah, you can see him backing off just a little bit on that full court press.
Luther in that 2-2-1 zone press that John Wooden made famous. Remember that guy, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Saw him one time at a football game, USC and UCLA. Got to meet him, too. It was like a highlight, one of the highlights of my life.
Oh. Athnos can't make it.
Yeah, kind of forced that shot, too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bias on him, bothering him a little bit.
McNamara drains, or Bias rather, drains it.
Bias from three-point line. If he gets hot, look out.
Foreman all the way, and a clean block. Bias going in, and he's going to draw the foul.
Got to call it. Good players draw fouls by using their body. You notice that? You ever notice that? Good players will kind of lean a little bit into a defense to draw contact.
Bias at the line, and it's 19-19, and that was after these Knights were down by 8 early.
Both coaches asking a lot of questions of the boys in the stripes. I say to them when I'm working a game, like, you can't talk to me on every possession. I got work to do. Just talk to me once in a while, but, I mean, I got to be on the floor. I can't be talking to you all the time.
And Bias connects on them both. He's got 7.
He's a pure shooter.
Oh, another steal.
Nice. Oh, a little finger roll, too, by Joey McNamara.
And after a fast start by these West Salem Panthers, they're down by 4. Oh, that's going to be a shooting foul.
You talk about needing a timeout. The West Salem fans saying, I think that was intentional. I don't think it was, but it was a hard foul. You got to get those fouls. They're called like train wreck kinds of fouls. And when it's something severe, egregious, officials have to get that. I've missed a few of those in my lifetime and gotten hollered at, and I deserved every bit of it.
Carson Mooney missing the first of 2. Who's that Hauser? That's Mooney.
Carson Mooney, only a sophomore, gets a lot of playing time. We'll see Casey Tart, and we'll see Jack Healy too. And
another three-pointer on the way off the rim.
He likes that spot, Emery Bias is right on the elbow, deep on the elbow.
Oh, Foreman got behind the defense.
Yeah. Failure to get back on defense. We used to run drills in practice all the time about getting back on defense. There's really no excuse for getting beat down the floor. I mean, that is a cardinal sin.
Yeah, Coach Chopper didn't like that.
No. It's just getting, You gotta know if you got a guy behind you. See, there's what you have. See, Coach Chopper doesn't get too upset about those turnovers. I would, but, risk-reward kind of thing. Lots of turnovers are part of the running game, and he accepts that.
23.
A lot of coaches don't.
Wow, yeah. 23-22 on Alaska Luther. We got 5:53 left in the first half of play.
Their defensive strategy changes helped them, Art.
Foreman kicking it back out. Gonna be tough for Foreman inside there. Tipped.
Active hands by Bias.
Athnos going down the lane draws the foul.
Well, good players draw fouls, even though they might be touchy fouls.
Lyndon Bias with his second, and Athnos will go to the line.
Going to see a lot of fouls in this game. We got 16 already. Athnos cold from the outside here in the last couple of minutes.
Fast-paced first half. Down to Lairs.
Lairs kick, good job of kicking it out for that mid-range jump shot. Didn't go. I'm more of a, if you don't get a break, run your half-court offense, carve the defense, make them work, make them run into screens, wear them out, and then get a good shot. Doesn't seem to be the case with a lot of teams as the years have gone by. James Bidenbender, the 6'2 sophomore in the game.
Put it inside to Foreman. And, I think Foreman's used to being able to get in there and drive and use his jumping ability, but tonight, that's heavy traffic with the big guys.
Well, now they're in a 2-3. I think it's really helped them.
They had set that up very nicely, and then they just lost the handle. McNamara going baseline. Can't finish it.
Yeah, kind of forced that one too. Didn't know, he wanted a foul, but I think that was a good no call.
And we got a whistle in the lane again with Athnos going down the lane. And we're going to be shooting a 1+1.
You notice watching the NBA games, Art, the mid-range jump shot is kind of it doesn't exist anymore. Sort of a basketball dinosaur. You either see three-point shots or layups. You don't see a lot of mid-range. And in high school, you still see some of it, but so many teams now either they go down the floor, they don't care about numbers anymore, they just throw up three-pointers or go to the basket. I still like the mid-range jump shot. Maybe because I couldn't hit a three-pointer. That's why
that's a long ways out.
My shots in high school were three mid-range jump shots, but the mid-range jump shot, the elbow and inside there. You just watch next time you watch a game. You just kind of think about that. You don't see that many of them.
Athnos connects on them both, giving West Salem the lead back, 24-23.
West Salem staying with that man. Looking at denying ball reversal.
And stepping in there and almost causing the turnover. Good hustle by Casey Tart.
Yeah, very good effort by the big guy, Casey Tart. He's got a football build, doesn't he?
He does. This West Salem bench, they go deep.
Well, they're playing 9 guys. Well, so do the Knights. Speaking of deep benches, the line change you see in hockey and so on. That's kind of what you see with the Aquinas girls. Their 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 players are darn near as good as their first 5. By the way, big game today. Rick Wilson covering. That'll be a packed house at Onalaska versus the Aquinas girls. Charles Deeth Fieldhouse, John Shelton Court. A lot of history with Onalaska basketball.
That's out of bounds. That'll go over to the Knights.
I've always been able to accept forced turnovers, but unforced, kind of like that, is just another category in itself.
That girls' game you're talking about, that's one that there are 2 matchups I'm sure they're going to love to see each other play.
I think we're working, you and I perhaps, the next one at Aquinas, but a lot of people had that date circled on their calendar. 2 great coaches. Shane Smaling taking over the program and doing a great job. And, of course, Coach Donarski, I think in his 6th year, has 100 wins now. And there's just a lot of talent at Onalaska. But there's a lot of talent on this floor this evening, too.
We're down to 3.5 minutes left in the half. McNamara looking inside. He'll take it down to Lersch. And a little jumper off the glass, not there.
Faded away a little bit. You're not going to pick up any fouls when you fade away. Lean in, get Foreman to foul you, get to the free throw line.
Little baby hook inside.
Oh, yeah. Right over Lersch. I like that.
Casey Tart.
Casey Tart off the bench. Art doing his job. Just contribute. 2 points, a rebound, an assist, deflection.
There's a 3-pointer off the front, and Luther has it.
He hurried that shot, too, did Matthias Dummer.
And this game has been fast-paced. Not too many free throws shot. Here's a shot from the left side. Not going to go. Rebound. Trenton Foreman.
Not many offensive rebounds for the Knights here in the first half.
They're trying to set up play for Athnos. Here's a 3-pointer again.
Oh.
Rebound. Inside to Foreman. Foreman with his own hook, and he puts it up and in.
Foreman powers it over. Joey McNamara was 6'5", but pretty lean, and Foreman using his strength.
8 in the game for Trenton Foreman. And his team is up 28-23 over Luther. Inside of 2 minutes. Lob inside again. Here's Lersch looking to try to work it.
Good move. Look at that. Look at that. I like that. Oh, you got too much French pastry on the shot there. Great move, little baby hook. You got to finish on that.
Tip basketball, stolen, down court to McNamara, and he'll go all the way and bucket.
Now, was that a nice assist or what?
It was a no-look assist.
Over your back, Emery Bias, play of the first half at least. Over your back, finding your teammate, get an assist. Pretty.
Oh, long-range shot for Tart.
Tart's telling his coach, like, I think I should start, coach.
Looking pretty good coming off the bench. Shot there, Tart with a rebound. He continues to impress.
Yeah, he's making the most of his minutes, huh?
Foreman gonna go with a hook, and he gets another one.
These teams have brought back the baby hook.
They're going inside against 6'10".
Who said it's a dead shot?
Wow. Foreman makes it 33-25 Panthers.
Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You name them. That was their shot back when I used to watch the NBA on that black and white console TV.
Emery Bias with a little floater puts it up. And the Panthers are going to set this one up for the last shot with 25 and clicking down. Taking their time.
See if they can get a good shot. So many teams do this, but then they don't get a good shot, and it just kind of like deflates you.
Athnos, a little wild in.
There's a nice shot. Split the defense and went right by Joey McNamara for an easy basket.
And a shot from the top, off the front. Good look at a three. And that brings us to the halftime. High-paced first half here, a 35-27 score. The West Salem Panthers leading on their home court tonight over the Onalaska Lutheran Knights. We'll be back with the halftime stats right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse. Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Ho, ho, ho. A little early for Christmas? Not if you're planning a holiday party. Hi, this is Jerry at Big Boar Barbecue. We can cater any size event you may be planning, from just a few friends to 300 or more. Big Boar was voted 4 times the best caterer in La Crosse County because of our delicious food and outstanding service. Call us today and let us help you make your event something you'll never forget. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You know that.
Wish you had $1,000 to spend? As is our long tradition, your friends here at Magnum.media want to grant your $1,000 Christmas wish. It's easy to enter. Just visit any of our great participating businesses.
Visit Sprockets Bike and Board and Toma Sew and Vac in Toma.
You can also go online to Magnum.media. Then click on your favorite station to see a complete list of businesses where you can enter. Good luck and Merry Christmas.
Mix 96, today's best
Wish you had $1,000 to spend?
Van
As is our
McNeil,
long
More Music
tradition,
Morning
your
Show is
friends
on the
here
air.
at Magnum.media want to grant your $1,000 Christmas
Ryan
wish.
Seacrest
It's
here,
easy
Mix
to enter.
96.
Just visit any of our great
Hey, it's
participating
Magnum,
businesses.
Mix 96.
Visit Sprockets
Taylor
Bike
Swift,
and
here we
Board
go.
and Toma Sew and Vac
This is
in
Pop Crush
Toma.
Nights. I am Lisa
You can
Page.
also
The
go
moment that I've been
online to
talking about all week, I'm sure you're so
Magnum.media. Then click on
over
your
me
favorite
mentioning the
station to see a
Chainsmokers, but
complete
hi,
list of
Alex and
businesses
Drew are
where
on the
you
line
can
right now.
enter. Good luck and Merry Christmas.
Mix 96, today's best music mix. Good morning. Van McNeil, More Music Morning Show is on the air.
Say, hey now, baby. Hello, Ryan Seacrest here, Mix 96.
Are you ready for it?
Hey, it's Reed Magnum, Mix 96. Taylor Swift, here we go.
This is Pop Crush Nights. I am Lisa Page. The moment that I've been talking about all week, I'm sure you're so over me mentioning the Chainsmokers, but hi. Alex and Drew are on the line right now.
Mix 96.1.
Mix 96, today's best music mix. Good morning.
Welcome back to halftime here at West Salem High School, where it's a 35-27 score. The West Salem Panthers leading the Onalaska Luther Knights. Hi, everyone. This is Art Fay, along with Terry Erickson. We got Jesse Von Ruden on the computer tonight. Ryan Scape is working the camera. And at halftime, we've got Malachi Athnos leading the way for the West Salem Panthers with 11 points and the high scorer for the game. Trenton Foreman has 10, 3 for Mitch Dunham. Casey Mooney with a free throw. Kyler Marcoux with 5, and Casey Tart has 5 coming off the bench for the Panthers. For Onalaska Luther, they are led by Emery Bias with 9. Bennett Lersch has got 8, 6 for Joey McNamara, 2 points for Ben Riley and 2 points for Isaiah Lersch. And Luther Knights are 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 for 6 from the line for the West Salem Panthers. And Terry, these teams coming in, they kind of fired back at each other. West Salem took a big lead. Knights fought back in, actually took the lead away from them, and then another run by the Panthers to finish out the half to come up with an 8-point lead.
Well, the first half was just as you said. It was in spurts, it was in runs. As the game started, the Panthers, the home team, took control and forced Brad Schopper, who, by the way, has 350 wins in his career, and he's on his way to the Hall of Fame at some point. Called 2 timeouts early on, tried to get his team organized. And I'm sure he said to him, now, guys, you're coming off a loss to GET, but, you got to put that in your rearview mirror and get focused on this game. And then they changed their defense. They went to a full-court press. They went to more of a zone. They were getting eaten up by the Panther attack guard play. And then they took charge for a while. And then as the first half ended, it went back to the Panthers. And so that was an interesting first half. We'll see who captures really the thrust of the second half.
We will. Hey, another one of our sponsors today I'd like to tell you about is American Family Insurance agent Jim Quinn. For auto, life, health, and homeowners insurance, American Family agent Jim Quinn of West Salem has over 20 years experience in the insurance business. Save money by insuring both your home and auto with Jim Quinn. He's located at 123 East Hamilton in West Salem. Jim Quinn and American Family, all your protection under one roof.
He's got a great reputation, too, of integrity and honesty and following through. And if you need insurance, we all need insurance. Health, life, car insurance, homeowners. Go and see him and tell him, hey, you're such a great sponsor of KQEG Games of the Week. We're going to buy some insurance from you.
All right, Luther Knights on the floor, ready to go. Here come the Panthers out of their huddle after halftime.
Lots of fouls in that first half. Lots of stoppage of play going to the free throw line. Let's see if that continues here in the second half. It was an entertaining first half.
It was. I mean, there was a lot of great shots, good effort.
Yeah.
Good hustle.
I think when the Knights cannot run, and of course that's when they use their guard play and their wings, they need to be more disciplined in their half-court game and use by Bennett and Isaiah Lersch inside.
Here's Dunham, and he zeroes in on a long one.
And because Emery Bias just came late and put his hand up and didn't really bother the shot. You can't allow uncontested shots. It's one thing if a player makes a shot and you bother him, you got to accept it. Not when you don't contest him.
Dunham makes it an 11-point game, 38-27.
Anytime the ball goes to the post, everyone needs to relocate. You need to, because usually the head of the defense goes to the paint.
Inside move and a foul. Yeah, he'll be shooting free throws.
I like the fake on that time, too, by Brandon Stadler, the 6'1 junior. You see so many games where players just go to the basket and they don't use that head and shoulder fake, and as a result, they get it blocked or they miss. But when you use a head and shoulder fake, you get a guy up in the air. When he gets to the top of his jump, then you lean in and shoot the ball as he's on his downward descent, and you go to the free throw line.
And we got a lane violation, so we're going to shoot another one.
Somebody moved early.
So Stadler gets another crack at it.
There's a silver lining. Take advantage of the silver lining. He didn't.
There's a critical point early in the second half. Here's Athnos. Not there.
Athnos he's not afraid to take the guy to the basket, is he?
Not a bit.
That time, Brandon Statler guarding him, the point guard, and taking him deep.
Into the lane, not going to go. And Bennett Lersch all the way out here at half court. Backdoor move.
Nice. Just an absolutely beautiful pass. Bias and McNamara wasn't able to take advantage of it.
Score remains 38-27.
Emery Bias is really he's got great vision, doesn't he? Passes the ball extremely well.
Very good.
His dad, one of the administrative leaders at Luther.
Foreman kicks it back out. Great passing by the Panthers.
The extra pass. I like that extra pass. So many broadcasters talk about that on TV, and it usually results in a good basket.
Man-to-man by the Panthers inside.
Little two-man game.
Little reverse layup, not going to go.
Nobody crashing the boards. Don't expect your teammate to score. Expect to score when you shoot, but not when your teammate shoots. Just go to the board.
Panthers a little 2-on-2 on that side.
There's a nice pass, too.
It was.
Boy, Malachi Athnos sees the court well, too.
Down court quickly, and Dunham comes up with a rebound.
Too quick in the possession.
Dunham going all the way down. He'll drop it off. Athnos at the three.
Yeah, no art. Flat shot. Bill, the coach is telling me break the defense down. They're exactly right.
Foreman not going to take that.
You want to wear the defense down so much, Art, that when they're on offense, they're so tired they can't really do anything. That's the object of running your half-court offense.
There's a long shot.
Oh.
Yeah, quick shot and done.
Empty.
Yep.
Give your big guys a chance to get into the offense.
Athnos into Foreman. And
my goodness. He did a great job of going vertical, didn't he? Don't penalize verticality. He was straight up, and we talk about that at the NCAA level all the time. Just because a kid's big, don't penalize him. If you go vertical and there's body contact, pretty hard to call a foul.
Foreman at the line. He's got 11 now. And that foul went against Isaiah Lersch, and he has got 3.
Yeah. And this is a good officiating crew, but, that's the kind of call you probably stay away from. McGuire Werner for Logan gets in a lot of foul trouble. I watched him play in Green Bay, and he got a couple of fouls that were really questionable. It takes away from your aggressiveness.
Left-handed shot, not going to go for Bennett Lersch. And blocked away. And a whistle in the backcourt.
There's the quick hands of Bias, but quick hands in return by Malachi Athnos. It's kind of teaches you to stay with it. Don't give up. You make mistakes. Don't pout about it. Just go back and play defense.
Just like that, Lyndon Bias now has got 3 fouls along with Isaiah Lersch.
I know. Those are valuable players on this Knight team.
Lost out of bounds. It'll go over to the Knights. Bias will come out of the game, and coming in to replace him, that's number 21, Caden Bridle.
Tony Bennett from Virginia always preaches just making the easy pass. Don't try to make the hard pass. Don't be fancy. Just be solid. You ever watch them play? Very seldom do they have a turnover. We got an illegal screen, too, it looks like, on number 3. Illegal screen on Ben Riley. Is that the call? I believe so.
And Riley with his second. That's 3 team fouls. Loose basketball at the top with Athnos. And it's going to go out of bounds. Knights ball.
Just wasn't able to hold on to the ball. Tyler Marcoux with a turnover. Not a very pretty early part to this second half, is it? Countless turnovers here.
The officials getting together because they said it was going to be.
Boy.
It was going to be West Salem basketball. Now they're saying a jump ball and a possession arrow. So it goes. Possession arrow saying it goes to the Knights. So basically, they said they didn't see it. What do you call a jump ball like that?
Got 3 guys out there.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to say, I saw it, I got it.
All right. Knights going in the lane. Trying to get it back in. tipped and picked up by the Panthers.
How many touches does Bennett and Isaiah Lersch have? That's part of the problem for the Knights in the second half. Very few touches. And one shot, and you're done.
And we got a whistle underneath. And it's a Knights foul, and it's Ben Riley, and it's his third. So Riley, Bias, and Isaiah Lersch, all with 3 fouls. And we got 13 minutes left in the game.
I got a flight to catch at 7 in the morning.
These kids got to be careful. Dunham.
Oh, he looked good there. Nobody in his face. So that's my spot, Coach.
And that's his third three-pointer. He's got 9.
Knights got to be careful not to let this game get away from him, down 42-27.
There's Lersch. You know, and Lersch scored the first 8 points of the game for his team.
He did.
And that's been it.
Needs to continue shooting. Don't lose your confidence. If you miss a few, and he's such a good kid, too, I'm sure he knows that. Nice pass. I like that. Emery Bias again. Kind of a touch pass. Caught the ball and then found his player cutting to the basket. Results in a foul. Sophomore Lyndon Bias reports in.
McNamara going to throw a floater up. Not there.
There you go. Is that I think the very first putback by the Knights in the second half?
Oh yeah, very much so. First bucket in the second half.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that'll do it. So it's 42-29. Panthers up by 13. Athnos stepping back on a 3. And he got a 3.
Did he push off to create that separation? That's always a tough call. But his ability to step back is going to put him on the free throw line.
And Bias picks up his 4th.
Well, now you got to get him out. The question is now, when do you put him back in? That's always a challenge. You got 3 shots. Stephen Curry, have you watched him play the last couple of years? Is his step back jumper? Pretty good at it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite players.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's very big out there, Curry, but he is a tall guy. It just doesn't seem like he'd have all that.
Well, he's about
step.
6'2", but I think he weighs 160 pounds. I mean, he's awful thin.
He's just got such a shot, and he can shoot from anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Athnos, 2 out of 3.
And he's a huge part of FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. There's been some stories on his spirituality. He's just a quality person.
Isaiah Lersch, long range. I don't know if I want your forward shooting out there.
I'm not sure, but he shot a knuckleball, too. Didn't have much backspin on that. But he's got a great future as a sophomore, Isaiah.
You know, and you take a look at his stats. I mean, he's only averaging 3 points a game, but he's one of the top rebounders, which you kind of expect for the Knights. And Bias comes up with it. And we're going to reach and foul.
Ooh. Trenton Foreman, I believe, just trying to stop the transition game, picks up a foul.
So 11 minutes, 15 seconds in the contest. Shot on the right side. Bias not going to go. Battled for, and it's a Panther basketball. Athnos will set it up. You know, Athnos looks like one of those kids that's playing some AAU, some kind of summer basketball.
Of course. If he, ooh. Like an offensive foul on Foreman on that. I'm sure he's playing somewhere. He's got the ability to play at the next level, too, as you can see on that drive. Just got to finish it. Foreman's saying, I'm a football player, but I can also shoot three-pointers.
That's his first 3 of the night. He's got 14 in the game. McNamara inside to Lersch.
Oh.
And he can't finish it.
Rarely does he miss that.
And a reverse layup, and that one will go in.
And a good timeout. I was thinking that very thing. Basket by Dummer. Or check that. I'm sorry. By Brandon Statler. And night timeout.
Makes a 16-point game, 47-31. West Salem will be back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Not every game's a winner, but if you want to turn that frown into a smile, stop by Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill in West Salem for delicious post-game food. Their homemade 16-inch unlimited topping pizza for just $12 will put a smile on everyone's face. Stop in on Taco Tuesday or Wednesday for $2 burgers. Open every day at 11 a.m. with great lunch specials. For 40 years, Hunter's has had a rich tradition of serving the families of West Salem with great food at reasonable prices. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill, Leonard Street in downtown West.
It's a 16-point game, 47-31. West Salem leading. 10 minutes, 7 seconds left in this Cooley Conference game. And a full court press we're seeing out of the Knights.
The control that the Panthers took over in the first half continues here in the second half. Shooting percentage by the Knights is not good. And the defense is not good as Athenos easily creates and uses the glass for another 2.
Yeah, the Knights now finding some separation on them, and we got a whistle on the drive.
Need to stop the bleeding. See if Bennett Lersch's return can assist in stopping that bleeding. And Caden Bridell, number 21, reports in too.
Foul was on. And underneath shot by Isaiah Dummer.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Isaiah Lersch.
Dummer with a foul in it last time down. 49-33.
See Bernie Kennedy over on the other side watching this game. He's a basketball nut. You know, he goes to games all the time. He just loves the sport. He was a star himself. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah. From the Lewiston Monument Company. A college star, a high school star, and of course four Luther Knights that are star athletes.
Knights will get the basketball underneath their own rim. Inside they go. Back out. That's a 3 off the front. Not able to connect on it is Caden Bridle, and here comes Malachi Athnos walking across the time stripe.
My thought on that last possession was Bennett Lersch, go up with it, use that hook, draw a foul, get to the line.
Athnos was expecting his teammate to stay put. He was charging for the rebound.
Yeah, Bennett Lersch, the older of the boys, Isaiah the youngest, maybe doesn't have the foot speed or the athleticism to the degree that his brother, but he can play at another level. He can play somewhere. I'd take a chance on him. A Turbo, small Division III, he can play somewhere.
Here's a baseline shot. Not there. There's a 3 squared up. Not there, and it comes off. Long rebound to Haley.
The shooting percentage of the Knights has been their Achilles heel. They get a turnover, see if they can convert.
Able to save it, and a crowded area underneath there. Put back.
Now there's a highlight of the game right there with Brandon Stadler going over Foreman, missing his shot art and staying with it, and the result is 2 points.
Another one of our sponsors tonight is Allied Cooperative. The products you need from the people you trust, all close to home. From Feed and Grain to LP and Refined Fuels to Ace Hardware and Cinex, Allied Cooperative. Now that's something to cheer about. Thanks for being on board. Down to 7 minutes, 53 seconds. And it's a 14-point lead. Knights looking to find a way to cut in this lead. Here's another dunk coming. No! And it'll be West Salem's ball, partially blocked by Bennett Lersch. And
it looked like he traveled, didn't it?
I thought so. But Trenton Foreman was trying to slam it down, and Bennett got in there. You don't see that happen very often.
You'll get teased about that in school tomorrow.
Yeah. A little collision underneath. Looks like Ben Riley. If that's on Riley, that'll be his fourth. So Riley's got to be careful. And Foreman will go to the line.
Foreman, a big kid. I'm sure has football on his mind for next year. He's got the ability. We saw him play 3 or 4 times this year, and one of the better players in the Cooley region.
He was. McNamara dumps it off to Riley. Riley under some traffic, and he's got some free throws coming.
Yeah, he drew the foul by just a shot fake.
And we got another timeout on the floor. And that's West Salem's timeout. A 15-point lead. West Salem leading 50-35. 7:26 left in the contest. Brad Chopper wanting to talk to Bruce Kaiser about some of the calls that he's seeing out on the floor.
He doesn't have time to talk to him about all of them.
All right, the Union State Bank of West Salem is proud to support West Salem athletics. The Union State Bank is a hometown community bank serving families and businesses in the Cooley region. For all of your banking needs, the Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. They are a member of the FDIC, the Union State Bank of West Salem.
Just kidding, of course, about the officiating is such a difficult job, and these guys doing the best they can, and
that's all subjective, you know.
Oh my God!
It's all an opinion. Is that a foul or not?
It is, yeah.
So how many games you doing this year, Terry? You know,
I'm cutting down. I'm only doing about 70, 75. That's it.
That's why you run all summer.
Well, I'm either watching a grandson play, a granddaughter play, broadcasting a game, officiating a game.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Keep busy.
Yeah. So I'd like to come to the house that Art built at the lacrosse center and work Showtime games. Get hollered at again.
All right, Ben Riley's going to go to the line.
We got to get that Showtime back, too. I know they've been playing away the last 2 games in Wisconsin Dells, and the fans like the product and have had a fairly good turnout, and we got to get them back. So why don't you lower the rent or something, get them back.
Yeah. Riley missing the first, and the second one's not going to go.
Got to score when the clock is off. A lot of 15-point lead, a lot of work the Knights need to do here in 7 minutes. They start by making their shots and making their free throws, creating some turnovers, not giving away easy shots.
And around the perimeter, West Salem. Oh, nice pass, just couldn't finish it. A good block by Bias.
Yeah, Bias recovered, got beat initially, and then made up for it with his closing speed.
Mitch Dunham getting that one blocked on him. And the Panthers tipped out of bounds by the Knights. Panthers can work the clock a little bit. Can't get complacent, but they can work it.
The clock can either be your friend or your enemy. And in this case, it's the friend of the Panthers.
Bias picks his pocket. And not going to go. Lersch over to McNamara. And he scores and hits
There's
it down.
the mid-range jump shot you and I were talking about.
McNamara with 8.
He's played well.
Athnos. Oh, Athnos looking for a foul, and that one's going to be there.
Yeah. Displayed a little bit of a displeasure, didn't he? Thought he got hammered.
And at the other end, Athnos gets the foul.
You know, there's a good example. If we would replay that, how many times do you see that, or maybe you as a player when you were on the court, you go down the one end, you shoot the ball, you make a turnover, you think you got fouled, and then you go to the other end because of your disgust, you foul.
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen?
It does. Isaiah Lersch.
There's another mid-range jumper by the big guy.
He's got 8.
Panthers not taking very good care of the ball the last 2 trips.
It's down to an 11-point lead.
Coach Cashman saying just work the ball, swing it, move it.
I was going to say, if the Knights can stop him here and go down and score, got a little run going at him. Athnos.
Yeah. And it came off a good set play, actually. They didn't hurry it, did they? They took like 10 seconds off the clock and
a jump ball. Panther possession.
Good hands, results in a turnover. Panthers get the ball.
Yeah, Bennett Lersch brought the ball down to his waist level. That's just about anybody can grab it there.
Yeah, exactly. There's that breakaway. Oh, nice pass.
Oh, to Foreman.
Ooh, that could have easily been goaltending. And you know what I mean by that? When the ball's in the cylinder, if somebody touches the net and creates that, that is a goaltending.
You know, and there was a little extra discussion between Bennett Lersch and Trent Foreman at the end of that one. Bias.
You don't think it was like you want to get together afterwards? You don't think so, huh?
I don't think so. That competitiveness was coming out.
Well, come on. Athletes show that once in a while. Nice
and
pass.
There it is again.
Nice pass.
And Foreman will go to the line.
Foreman says, you foul me, and then he looks at him.
Yeah.
All right,
that extra
that's enough.
stare.
Don't stare. Just keep your composure. Take the high road. My coach used to say that all the time. Take the high road.
But Lersch and Foreman, they're battling.
Fly with the Eagles. Don't hang around with the turkeys and the gobblers. Right?
Yeah. But you could see the little edge coming out there. And on the line, Knights basketball.
You know when you jaw back and forth and you get competitive and you make body contact, it doesn't mean you're bad kids. I mean, it's just part of being a competitive athlete. I mean, but you got to know when to draw the line in the sand.
Oh, real close, but Bias gets a second attempt, and it's on the floor, and it's a Knights basketball.
Oh, nice move. Nice move, but you got to finish.
That's a good hustle.
Yeah. And then you foul foolishly.
McNamara with a foul.
Yeah, good hands, good hustle, and then you come back and kind of gamble and foul. Not smart.
Now the Knights are trying to do everything they can to get back in this one. Down by 13.
Yeah.
Athnos going to the line.
You can see Coach Cashman saying, would you guys take care of the ball, please? I'm going to have a coronary right here, and it's Christmas time. I want to be able to celebrate Christmas with my family. And jeez, you can see him just, his face is red. He's like, take care of the ball, fellas.
Athnos putting them both down. Makes it 56-41.
sense of urgency. Oh, whoa.
Henry Bias with the floater.
Bias is not, he has not seen a shot he doesn't like. Gets us plenty of shots off. That's good. He makes things happen too. And then he converts a three-point the old-fashioned way.
And another foul. Malachi Athnos, leading scorer of everybody tonight with 20 points. Severe going to the line. And he drains that one. That's his first point of the evening. Didn't know kind of what to expect out of this game tonight.
Neither did I, with both teams coming from losses and playing pretty well early in the season.
It's really, and really two different styles.
Oh, there's a nice rebound. You gotta finish, gather, rebound, gather, extend, finish.
Inside of 4 minutes. And 13-point West Salem lead.
Need a ball screen. Oh.
Not there.
I guess you don't need a ball screen. Just launch it. Well,
McNamara missed.
You gotta hit those threes to get back in the game. I don't criticize them for trying.
Oh, there you go. Foreman missed.
Nice effort on the rebound. That may have been the basket right there.
Tyler Marcoux. That gives him 7 on the night. And on the baseline.
Yeah, just trying to hurry too much. Slow down. Let the game come to you. Don't force it.
And full court pressure by the Knights. Salem doesn't have too much problem breaking it. Athnos.
I'm not sure about. Oh, yeah, the coaches were not. I could see the expression like, "What are you taking that for?" It's like, oh, all right, good shot by the
way. 23 in the game for Athnos.
Oh boy, now you see why he was in with sports.
Yeah,
as a
player to watch.
Yeah. In the guard position. Good effort.
Yeah, that should put Bennett Lersch at the line.
Official underneath the basket should. In semi-pro and in the college, we talk so much about primaries. Own your primary. So if it's in your area, take charge. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, we live and die by trusting our partners. Own your primary.
There's on the second one. And that comes off the back bracket, and the Knights chase it down.
Nice pass. Go up with it. Atta boy.
And
stop the clock. Go to the line. Good entry pass.
That one's going to go against Marcoux.
Good coaches just have a chart, among other things they chart, and it's how many entry passes do you have in a game? How many times do you look at the post? Because everything revolves around the post. Doesn't mean you have to shoot it. You can kick it back out. But the number of passes to the post is a critical part of an offense. Unless you have no post players, of which the Knights have two.
Another opportunity for the Knights. 1 of 2. Yeah, Lersch is going in and out. Bennett Lersch going out quite a bit. Give him a rest. Inside, and another whistle. I think that one's going to go against Foreman.
Jeez. Matt Kilmer, number 24, key sub, 6'4" senior. Reports in. Isaiah Lersch. Looks like we're playing a half-court game here.
I think so. There's a timeout called by West Salem. It's a 14-point game, 2.5 minutes left in the contest. Another one of our sponsors tonight is Lewiston Monument. They're located in Lewiston, Minnesota. Founded in 1919 and been a tradition for 4 generations. They specialize in cemetery memorials of all types. Lewiston Monument can help you with all your difficult decisions. Lewiston Monument, Lewiston, Minnesota.
Yeah, and Bernie Kennedy, the president of Lewiston Monuments, is sitting across from us watching this game.
Tomorrow night, a doubleheader. We have the Central and Holman girls and boys. Next week on tap will be the Onalaska and La Crescent boys, Aquinas at Central girls, and at the end of the week, Logan at Onalaska, and that's a boys game.
Yeah, I'll be back on the 18th, the Onalaska at La Crescent boys. Looking forward to seeing that game. Aquinas at Central that same night.
Isaiah Larsh misses them both. And it's Foreman with the rebound. Here comes the Panthers. Now they can work it a little bit. Up by 14, 16. And loose basketball. Push it ahead. All the way down. Put back.
Nice effort. Boy, I like that. That should be taken as a highlight when the team is watching. Extra effort hustle. Following, never assuming the ball is going to go in. Nice job by Lyndon Bias, number 20.
Inside of 2 minutes. And a little bit of a weave going inside. Now to Foreman. He'll kick it back out. And this Panther team knows time off the clock is probably more important than getting a shot. Knight's coming down now, down by 14. And Aaron out of 3. Not going to go.
Just rolled in and out. Nice effort again by Lyndon Bias.
All the way across court. By him. Not going to go. And they do call it a jump ball.
This has been kind of an ugly stretch here,
Yeah,
hasn't
a
it?
little ragged right now.
No Picasso's here, is it? You didn't know I was a painter.
I
did
didn't
you?
know that. You had that in your background. A little bit of a drive, left-handed shot, not going to go.
Ooh.
Isaiah.
The shots are there. You got to make those.
Inside of a minute. And these Panthers can work the clock. Goes Cashin-Schmidt on the sideline telling guys, let's spread it out. Lob pass inside and a whistle underneath.
They're going to get an offensive pushing. That's what they're going to get on number 20, Tyler Marco.
Well, as deep as these coaches went in their bench, doesn't look like anybody's going to foul out.
The fans wanted an early Christmas present. They didn't get one here tonight, did they? Kids played hard. The effort was there, but you'll see better games by both these teams the rest of the way, I can tell you that.
14 seconds, and this may be it. As Athnos will dribble it out over to Foreman, and that should do it. And it is. Final, 62-48. West Salem winning this one by 14.
Well, I think, like I said, you can't be happy about that game, whether you're the West Salem players and coaches or you're Luther. It just was not. It was a ragged game. Not much flow to it at all. Just better days are ahead. Is that a fair statement?
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, better days are ahead, and as you total up the stats, and the horn gives us a headache here. Luther moves to check that, Luther moves with their second loss, 3-2. They play a tough team at Prairie. Andy Benoski, a good friend of mine, and they're tough. Again, they beat Aquinas recently in a game I worked, and that will be a tough game at Prairie, and then at Sparta. And then before Christmas, Alma Center at Luther High School before they take their Christmas break. And for West Salem, one after getting beat by Neilsville, losing to Onalaska, and then coming back with a win here, ended up being 4-3, and they play 4 games before Christmas break. And I'm sure that some of the things that the teams did not so well tonight will be addressed and will be corrected in the near future.
Well, leading the scores for everybody tonight was Malachi Athnos, finish up with 24. Also in double figures, Trenton Foreman for the Panthers. He had 16. Mitchell Dunham had 9, a free throw for Carson Mooney. Austin Sevier with a free throw as well. Tyler Marcoux was 7 and 5 points for Casey Tart. 11 of 19 from the free throw line for the West Salem Panthers. 2 kids in double figures for Onalaska Luther. Emery Bias led the way with 14. Bennett Lersch had 10. He had the first 8 points of the game, and he only managed a couple of free throws from the balance of the game. Joey McNamara had 8, 2 for Ben Riley, 4 for Brandon Stadler. Lyndon Bias with 2 points as well. 7 of 15 from the free throw line for the Onalaska Luther Knights tonight.
Well, I know there's some injuries too. Kids are battling some bruises and so on both sides, so maybe they'll take some time now to recover, and hopefully the teams are 100% here as we get toward Christmas and then in 2019.
Junior varsity game, West Salem won that one tonight, 52-35. Again, the varsity game, a win for the West Salem Panthers by a score of 62-48. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. For Ryan Scaife on camera, Jesse Von Ruden working the computer for us, and Terry Erickson, this is Art Fay. Thank you for joining us on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Onalaska Luther Knights and the West Salem Panthers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Hunter's Last Chance Bar and Grill on Leonard Street in historic downtown West Salem. American Family Insurance and your agent in West Salem, Jim Quinn. Union State Bank of West Salem, where customers and community come first. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. Lewiston Monument in Lewiston, Minnesota. And Allied Cooperative in Toma, West Salem, and Arcadia. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. You've been watching the